A lot of flat maps, except Twilight. That's sort of odd. Is you get these two flat maps of like Small Brawlhaven and Shipwreck, and I'd sort of expect Mammoth Fortress to be the third, but then Mammoth's Twilight open.
Twilight, it's a fake out. Nobody's gonna pick Twilight when there's a flat map.
True. I mean, if you really want to do that, just like leave King's Pass open. Except that King's Pass isn't there anymore.
Well, King's Pass is the bait that you don't want to take. That's the risk you just didn't want to take. Either way, we do see Sernie Banner's first one to pick up the weapon. Has the guitars in hand on top of Powar, but Powar, a lot of his strength came from his hammer play, and yet no hammer on the field yet for Powar. Might be one of the big reasons why he's already close to kill percent on this first stock. He finally has a hammer, but can he get anything started before he loses the stock? Down sig comes out, Powar gets underneath. It's a side light, but not much else. Neutral sig.
Powar now getting some good hits in. He's gotten Sernie Banders back down to orange after the bigger lead that Sernie had at the very start. He's trying to go for these side signatures. Nice spot dodge into the stomp neutral signature. Looks for the nair, can't find it. Gets a nair after the second jump.
Sernie Banders into the side sig. Powar. He made the comeback with that. He was so close to kill percent for a while there. Basically took no damage with his hammer play. His hammer is just on another level in comparison to his blasters and everything else. He's just a hammer main.
I mean, at this point, I'm thinking to take down Powar, you really got to just deny him the hammer. But he secured himself another hammer, made sure to throw away the guns on the first stock earlier, and now Sernie Banders is going to be looking to see how he's going to take care of Powar's hammer right now.
Almost surprised he doesn't go for the chase dodge off that neutral signature. It isn't like true to get a chase dodge follow-up, and there you see him priming the next weapon to be the hammer. But he does have a lot more follow options if he goes for just that diagonal up chase dodge off that neutral signature, especially at the low health damage where they're not going to get sent flying all the way over towards the kill box. Neutral sig comes out from Sernie Banders. And Powar, despite the impressive hammer play, is already down to his final stock.
Sernie's like the only person I see who does dare into neutral signature on the Queen Knight guitars, and it works. It works like
a jump read.
Yeah, it works like 60
your
or
opponent's
70% of the time, right? Yeah. Like it's not consistent, but neutral sig is so powerful he doesn't even need to hit it every time. Just a couple times, and suddenly he's got big kill options.
On the other side, he also throws out the down signature off of it sometimes just to kind of mix it up. It's kind of that 50-50. If you spot dodge, if you dodge a little bit to the side, then you're going to get caught by that down signature. Otherwise, that neutral signature is going to completely catch any sort of jump or dodge up option from the opponent off that dare. Lots of signatures as Sernie's trying to finish this stock off.
Taking his time getting back on stage, but Powar's done a really good job at denying Sernie return onto stage.
Oh!
He can't come back.
Did that weapon toss actually finish the stock? Was it enough?
Did he not have a dare?
Push? I guess not. Does Sernie not like daring towards platforms?
He doesn't do it. Why doesn't he do it?
Doesn't want to.
That's fine. He's got side sig.
Yeah, he still gets the stock. No major concern from Sernie Banders. He is going to take game one over Powar, and it's going to be on Powar to adjust his playstyle. We saw an impressive comeback in the early stocks with the hammer, but after that, it kind of started to fall off. Sernie Banders really started to recognize what was happening with the hammer play, started recognizing how to dodge out of those follow-ups and then punish.
Now Powar, he's going to be going for the right side of the map picks. He's going for completely opposite. I think the map matters here to both of these players. Sernie Banders really forced Powar into a flat. Okay, we're going to a flat map. You know what? I don't really understand these map bans. I don't get it.
To your point, in terms of map bans, at the very least, generally speaking, Qatar players, you and I know Starlight apparently, are not big fans of that soft platform as it can interrupt a lot of things. Maybe that's kind of what Powar is looking for, is just kind of utilizing that soft platform as a little bit more protection. Maybe he'll stay underneath it so Sernie can't make those easy down air approaches on top of him.
Neutralite from Sernie finally getting something in. There was a lot of big whips there on the Qatars, trying to get what he can. Powar on the hammer now, though. He's looking nice, getting a quick stomp into neutral signature and hasn't taken a lot of damage. Both these players seem like they've gotten really good at avoiding each other's attacks.
Yeah, no one really hitting each other for a while.
It's like they just can't get connections right now. There's a weapon, though. That's what you need. Just
that's some pre-sequel Star Wars lightsaber fight right there.
See, the weapon doesn't. Now Power is responding to the weapon throws. They're they're in each other's heads too much.
It's just kind of a recognition that Power is sitting a little bit further back from Sernie Banners, trying to punish him on those approaches. And so Sernie's like, all right, well, if you're trying to punish me every time I get too close, I'm just going to extend my range, use this projectile, and then try to get you in a hit stun. Sernie Banners not afraid to use that weapon toss. We saw him play basically a full stock slide charge weapon tossing off of the branches of Twilight Grove.
Side air into weapon throw finally takes a stock after 90 seconds. And not because of any sort of like normally you take a 90-second stock and you're like, oh man, they were just like parrying each other, right? They were running away. But in this case, it wasn't running away. It was just like both players knowing exactly how to avoid the attacks, jumping and dodging in the right ways. And now it's gonna really be up to each other to figure out who is gonna be able to get follow-ups.
Nice recovery. We're seeing a little bit more blasters play coming out from Power as he's basically been forced to have to use the entirety of his kit. Oh, good avoidance. And Sernie with the back off, expecting that immediate recovery from Power. That's a strong option with the hammer when a Qatar player tries to go for those quick gimps. Just kind of throw out a recovery from underneath. And there's a lot of times where you'll catch them and just get that turnaround.
What is happening with Power right now? Landed 3 neutral signatures in a row.
Good interrupt with that side light. Trying to get that stomp set up. Down sig. There's the dare into the down sig that we were talking about from Sernie Banners.
Sernie being patient, waiting for Power to come back in and then whip out the down signature. Good patience from Sernie Banners.
Yeah, Power was expecting Sernie to kind of dodge out. That's why you saw the neutral light to the right side. But Sernie just stood there, recognized that Power really only had one stacked option with those blasters. That's the down light. And so he was able to punish with that down signature.
Bunch of side lights coming out from Power. But no follow-ups on those side lights. Mostly just keeping Sernie away from him. Power staring the set in his face right now as he's down a full stock. Good damage from Sernie. Now he's going to start looking for kill options. You can see a signature coming out, but Power gets the interrupt with the side signature. He's brought it down to last stocks, but he's taking a lot of damage. And he has guns right now, which he's really just throwing out.
This is going to be death if he gets caught. Power!
No!
Okay, Power going to be falling to his death. Unfortunately, went a little bit too far to the right there. Bumped his head on that recovery, and that is going to be the stock